Hello friends and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Kat and if you're new here, we've been baking our way through Some of My Best Friends Are Cookies by Amelia Jackson. Today is a cookie baking day, however it's my birthday, so I feel like a birthday cake. So we're not going to make a cookie today, we are going to make a birthday cake. We're going to do hummingbird cake and I'll get back to the cookies next week. So, to start off, I have pecans which have been chopped up, which are toasting in my oven right now, and we're going to get started with getting the rest of the ingredients together. We're starting off with our dry ingredients. So we want 375 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of allspice, a half teaspoon of salt, and we'll just mix this together. Next we need our wet ingredients, so we need 345 grams of mashed bananas. These are ripe bananas that I've had in the freezer and I just let them thaw on the bench, and that is not quite enough. So I had weighed those before I defrosted them and it was more than what I needed. So the difference in weight is probably the liquid that I drained off those bananas. So I've just added a little bit more frozen banana and I'll mash that in and it should defrost before the cakes go in the oven. So that was 225 grams of crushed pineapple in juice. Um, those little half-size tins are the right size, but my supermarket doesn't carry the crushed in that side, only the pieces and the slices. So I just got the bigger tin. I'll use half of it. I'll freeze the other half for next time. 3 eggs. We need 1 cup of vegetable oil. And 3/4 of a cup each of white sugar and brown sugar. And then finally 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then finally we add 1.5 cups of the toasted pecans, and we save the rest as a garnish. So I've got 3 pans here with parchment on the bottom. Just going to give them each a bit of a spray. And I am just going to split this batter in between the 3 pans. They look about the same, so I'm happy with that. And now these go into a, oh dear, should have worn an apron. These go into a 175-degree oven for about half an hour. So those cakes need to bake for 25 to 30 minutes, and then once they're cooked, I will take them out of the oven, take them out of their pans, let them cool completely. Then I'm going to wrap them in plastic wrap, and I will leave them overnight and do all of the decorating tomorrow. So I will see you back tomorrow when we make the icing and do the decorating. Friends, it was shortly after this that I was told I didn't need to make myself a birthday cake because my sister was buying me a cake to take to lunch. This photo is of the beautiful location where we had lunch for my birthday. My sister bought me a Black Forest cake and a New York cheesecake, both of which were absolutely delicious. Lunch was amazing. So what I did, I wrapped these cakes that I just made really well with plastic wrap. I've popped them in the freezer, and I will be making those as a New Year's Eve cake instead. So I hope you will join me on Thursday as I make the icing and construct this beautiful hummingbird cake as a New Year's Eve cake instead of a birthday cake. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.